live.
Why does some weirdo breaks into your house?
I know, weird that.
Let's have a battle with my MetalMamemon. Okay. He evolved this morning. Wow! I bet he can beat MetalGreymon. No way, your shrimp won't have a chance. Hey! Oh, you're here.
The smell's still disturbing.
Wow! MetalGreymon and MetalMamemon. We'll see who wins now.
I think MetalMamemon could take MetalGreymon. MetalMamemon is my bestie. I believe in them. This attractor is quite aggressive. It does not sit on the title screen for very long before it rolls back to this cutscene. It really wants you to see it.
Let's have a battle with my MetalMamemon. Okay.
Alright, so I have opened the final dungeon. I guess the final main game dungeon. Where we could go confront the source of the island's troubles. But I love MetalMamemon, but I haven't exactly done much training with him. And I think there's a decent, I think I could power through with money and items, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let MetalMamemon rest, and we're going to prepare for the second Digimon. And we'll hopefully have them beat the game. So I have a plan. I know which baby I want. I know what mega I want, and I know the path to get there. So I think we're in good shape. Let's come in. So there's one thing I wanna start with. So go ahead. I think we should bang out some tunes. Last time I ended with Digimon and it crashed the game, but what if it didn't? What if it works this time? Yeah, Neil's gonna bang out the tunes! We got a repairman in, we sure did. Alright, I'm gonna make a request that'll make you hot. I'll make him hot. I like Ogremon's theme. It does, it does say Dilta. There's a lot of typos in Giremon's Dill Tunnel. Gray loads. So you may be asking, Serene, what is going on? The font's different. Yeah, this is the European version of the game. So this is the specifically English PAL version of the Dill Pickle Tunnel. So this is the version I played as a kid, the UK version. You can see the A's are different. When I first played the US version, I was like, what the fuck? And yeah, they fixed a shit ton of the glitches. Yeah, Curl is I have no idea if these typos are in the American version, because Giremon's jukebox breaks. But yeah, the font is a lot, clearer. The A's are different. Trush Mountain. And they fix a ton of the glitches, including Giremon's jukebox. And I know you're thinking, Serene, did you play through most of this game again just so that you could show this off on stream? And yeah, Basil in the arena. Yes. Yes, I did. I did in fact replay an awful lot of this game. Yes, I did get all the way. I don't even know. Oh, that must be partner win, partner loss. I did learn. So I did learn. Andromon is not exactly based on time. So I always thought it was weird because Andromon, I'm like, you're supposed to go back a day later, and he joins you, and sometimes he doesn't. That's because he only joins you when your prosperity is high enough. So because I did this, I was basically rushing to Factorial Town, and I did some stuff along the way to help me out. But I think I beat Factorial Town with about 20... I think it was like 28-ish prosperity. And I waited 2 or 3 days, and he still wouldn't join me. Annoying fucker. I had to get up to over 35 prosperity. I also talked to Cherrymon in Misty Trees in case I needed to talk to him about the past of the... Because he also talks about the Digital World's past history, so I thought maybe that was the flag for Andromon. But wherever the flag is, you do have to do a certain amount in this game before Andromon, and therefore Giromon will join you. Did check. Giromon just stays knocked out in his room until you recruit Andromon. So, you know, I learned some more stuff replaying the game. I did not re-recruit Monochromon. There's a lot I did not redo, and Monochromon was one of them. I did not have to do Monochromon again. Apparently my next request. So, yep. The European version fixed a ton of the bugs. So I did feed MetalMamemon basically every chip I had gotten in the game. This is a MetalMamemon strong enough to beat the game. You can absolutely, if you just go straight in, all in chips, you can, and you know what you're doing, you can beat this game in one Digimon very, very easily. But yeah, this is a very strong champ, but I am saving my chips for now, so I'm just going to close The European version. I'm gonna open up the American version. So if you want the retro achievements, you do have to, unfortunately, play on the American version. But if you want to play this for fun, like if you liked Next Order, you like Digimon, you want to have a go, I would very much recommend specifically the English European version. Do not get the German, Spanish, and other, like Italian, I think, as well, European versions. Those are even more bugged than the American version of the game. But the UK, the English European version, is the least bugged and least glitchy version of this game. So I think it's actually probably the best version to play. The text is more readable. Oh, a lot of the text mistakes are fixed. When I redid the Gearmon bit, so there was that bit with Gearmon, Andromon still says Gearmon's so perfect. So perfect. The translation hasn't changed, but when we fought Gearmon, it said he's insane, and he's insane. That repeat of he's insane was not in the UK version. I think they fixed up a lot of the weird text glitches that were in the American version as well. He's crazy. So yeah, if you're interested in playing through this game yourself at any point, the UK version, I think, if you don't care about retro achievements, I think the UK version is the best one. It'll be under like English European. I believe there are mods to fix a lot of the glitches in the US version. You can also see, if you noticed as well, it was still cut off, but your Digimon name was down here. This right here leads to some very strange text glitches once you get far enough in the game. MetalMamemon, but he was MetalMamemon in the European version. His name's too big. Too big, man. Digimon's got his house upgrade back. Yes, luckily I did not have to go all the way up to like 50 to recruit Andromon. Am I gonna be much? So Airdramon, we fought him. Still think we can interact with him, but he's resting on this bed. We're all trying hard, it's true. Alright, so I got a few things I want to do to kind of prepare for the next cycle. One of them is... So Andromon doesn't do anything, by the way. He kind of just stands outside of Bergermon's hut. I believe Leomon as well also just stands somewhere. Don't exactly remember where he stands, but he just stands somewhere in town. And Gearmon has a broken jukebox in this version. We got any new... Oh, we're all the way up to the 8th. Alright. We found the UFO. The creature showed its body and spoke unknown words. The alien will appear again. Oh, do I have to fight Digimon to recruit him? I'm trying to remember. Or can I just go get him? It's an interesting one. I think you can just get him. I don't think you have to fight him. Oh, okay. We have 4, 5, and 8. Oh, we should go all the way back, because I think one of them's now changed. Oh, no, it hasn't. I thought there was like a new update once you recruited Ogremon, but I guess it's still there. But yeah, we're missing a few bulletins. You know, pigs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. I mean, they just don't want to let the kids have 6, 7. I will go get Rainamon. It's a decent recruit. Alright, so I think the best way... Unfortunately, Piximon is like MetalMamemon, so... So there is some stuff about having to find him at a specific time. I don't think that's true. I think he is just like every other guy who just appears on a screen. And you just have to go back and forth to spawn him. But this game is obtuse enough that, you know, it could be he only spawns at a specific hour. I said, I don't think it's true, but... he is very difficult to spawn, if I remember rightly. I believe it's something like a 2% chance of him spawning in. Which is why we saw him once, at the very start of the game, and we're never going to see him again. There's another one of those, like, all the ones that are, can appear on the screen with a low chance are so funny to me. Because they are just like... how are you ever supposed to know that they're there? Just get lucky and see them. It's such old game shit. Because there's MetalMamemon, who we did find. There's Pixiemon here. Otawamon is also one of them. He has a much higher chance of appearing, the little tadpole we fought in the swamp. I believe he's like a 40% chance or something, rather than the really low chance of these guys. And there's also Mamemon. Yeah, we're trying to get something in the spawn. But yeah, I don't know if people know the exact chance of getting these fuckers to show on screen, but it's low. It is low. And they're on specific screens. I feel like Pixiemon is the one you are most likely to find randomly and then get murdered by, if you have a rookie or a champion. Because you actually come to the screen quite a bit. Like, this is the way through Tropical Forest Jungle to Ancient Dino region, to the Manor, which we can't do because we're data, to the Great Canyon. So, like, this is actually, like, a through point for a bunch of things you'll be doing. MetalMamemon and Mamemon might be the worst ones. Because MetalMamemon is in Factorial Town, a place you basically go and you clear out. Like, you maybe go through MetalMamemon's screen twice for a trip if you're going out by Waymon and not autopiloting. Maybe 4, maybe 6 times at most. And as you can see, it is not a high chance of spawning these guys. Mamemon might actually be worse though, because Mamemon appears on a screen that you actually don't have reason to go on more than once. You actually can go on a Mamemon's screen and not notice he's there at all. Because it's on Mount Panorama, and Mount Panorama is an area that you just end up ignoring entirely once you've... Like, Dig Tunnel goes right through it, right past his screen. And while you do have to go onto the screen to get to Gear Savannah, you can go, instead of going on the right, it's the one with the Mud Frigimon, when you can enter the right or the left, and out the left as well. There's 2 exits on the left. The left takes you up to Gear Savannah. If you go in on the left and just exit left immediately, you might never know if you spawn there or not. Because the Mud Frigimon are over to the right, and you might not see them. Or him, because once he's there, the Mud Frigimon go away, and he's in this big open field. We'll see him at some point, because I will be recruiting him. But yeah, no, this is, I don't remember what time I came here in Eastbourne. I don't think it's based on time. I think the time thing's a bit of a myth. I don't think he's like Digimon. Unfortunately, Pixiemon has decided he doesn't like me today. I knew as soon as we spotted him the first time in that he was gonna be a nightmare to spawn for fighting. He might also be a nightmare to fight. He's really strong. I think I do have a good amount. I'm sure I got a good amount of healing items. Should have done that earlier, but you know. Yeah, I have plenty. I'm probably gonna use that offensive disc as well. But, yeah, no, there's, I'm trying to think if there are other, chance mons other than, Pixiemon and the two MetalMamemons. I don't think so. Yeah, the Digimon, the Pixiemon, the two MetalMamemon, and the MetalMamemons, MetalMamemon and MetalMamemon. I think they're the only go onto a screen. And MetalMamemon's definitely the one you will never find. Unless you just happen to go up into that screen the first time and find them. You just have no reason to go on that screen. Whereas I think you'll probably pass this screen like 10 to 15 times in a normal playthrough, maybe even a little bit more. So you'll probably see him, and then you'll probably leave and he won't be there, and you're like, God damn it. Yes, he spawns at this hut. We did see him earlier. He's being a little fucking mean. I will say he's a useful recruit. That's why we're going through all the trouble of trying to find him. Like, why are we doing this shit? He is useful. He is very useful, specifically, for wanting to do a next generation. Boy, he is. Dick. Ah, there you are! There you are, you little turd. Alright. Friend detected, hello! Yeah, remember this guy? He's in, Adventure. He is an ultimate Digimon. And he's rude. I do love that, some Megas and some, Ultimates are, the controls are slightly different between the two versions, by the way. It is, I don't know why, but it is circle to open the menu in the UK version, but it's still triangle to come out of the menu. And this is triangle both to go in and to exit. Yeah, you can see he's confusing me with that big move, which makes you like run around randomly. I should use the offensive disc. This is why he's a huge fucking pain in the ass to fight. No, they're unique sprites, for Pixel. He has an orb. There's like, a bunch of them. Some MetalMamemon and MetalMamemon are the same, but there are, different ones. It's just that these guys are both orbs. Oops, I need to heal. see if I get injured because of that. Yeah, there's not complete unique, but there is like a set of them. They don't all become little guys like this. Like MetalGreymon has like a different one. Ooh, can't believe they didn't hit me. Oh, he guarded! What a jerk. So this guy is... He's not like the most difficult fight, but he's a very annoying fight. He likes to move... Uh-oh. He likes to move around. He does a lot of stats effects. Moved out of the way by attack! Fucking asshole. You cannot use your finisher while you're confused, by the way. Another reason confusion is very annoying. Pay attention this time and set it off much bigger. Oh, he has Bug. Bug's a very annoying move. Well, I guess one of the better... It's a little finicky, but it is one of the better, Thanks for your MIP chip. In the same. Yatta. Alright. Like those odds. Alright, so he does have a very useful function. Sort of one thing he does, and it is helpful. I'm gonna head on up to the canyon now for another thing I would want to do before we hand over. Like, I'm just doing a bunch of cleanup, really. Recruiting some useful Digimon that we haven't gotten yet because they're annoying, like Piximon. And this one, I've mentioned this before, but Nanimon's a pain in the ass. And we can't finish him yet. But this is a time-consuming, probably his most annoying location, frankly. That's a lie. I think actually the one we can't do might be his most annoying one. This one is probably definitely his longest one. You can fly to the Great Canyon Nest, and that will save you a bit of time. But yeah, no, there's kind of like two ways this is annoying. And one that is just really long, and one is that, like, unlike most of the other Nanimon, you have to go a step further before you can get him. Yeah, we're going back to Ogremmon's hideout. So we came in here, we kicked out Ogremon from his hideout, we got Shellmon, we came back. Nanimon was not there, right? Nanimon is at the end of Ogremmon's hideout, but he's only at the end of Ogremmon's hideout once you've beaten Ogremon in Friesland. So once you beat Ogremon in Friesland, you then have to... yeah, schlep all the way back through this fortress that you have no reason to come back to if you got all the items. There's nothing in here. And it's quite a long walk. I'm pretty sure I got all the items in here, but I will just, while I'm here, just double check it. Yep, got all those items. You know, the fact that, like, most of the ones, like, you know, in Ancient Dino Region, you beat the Meteormon, you go back and he's there. Leomon's tablet, you deliver the tablet, you go back, he's there. The other one found him... other location. Yeah, here he is. Hey, 91. It'll be our 4th encounter with you. Who am I? Who are you? Oh, the sewers! The sewers is the easiest one by far. When you beat Factorial Town, you just go back in the sewer. It's such a short trip. It's so easy. But yeah, now, that's the 4 times. Yes, he's in here, but only once you don't have to beat Ogremon in Drill Tunnel. You just have to beat him in Freezeland, but you do have to do that, like, extra step. Alright, let's go see what Piximon does for us. As I said, we cannot find Nanimon's 5th location yet. In fact, Nanimon will be one of the last Digimon we recruit in the game. Alright, so Piximon is here. I don't think I have to talk to Digimon or anything. I think, once again, Piximon is just a jerk. There he is. He sometimes appears in the item shop. Kinda lazy, will be in the shop much, but he's got some cool stuff. Alright, he is selling a training manual for 50,000. We're gonna buy that. That is not the first card from the vending machine. That is the wrong achievement. So this training manual is just an item you have in your inventory. You don't have to use it. It just stays in your inventory and its effect happens. What this is it makes the training better. It's not much. How the training points work is a little... It's more complicated than you would think. There's a whole formula behind it, but you can kind of just think of this as +1 to each stat when you train. It's not always the case. Some Digimon may not get +1 out of this, some may get a little bit more than +1 out of this. But that's essentially does. It's another way to make training in the gyms stronger, so we do have to use up an inventory slot for it, and it was 50k, but we have money, so who cares? Alright, boy and EP, do you need to do anything else? Nope, let's go. Alright, we are going to finish the Mojimon quest now. We've already given one dude all his items, I believe. Slibaba. So now we are going to get the rest. I believe I put a super carrot in the bank, or I still have it on me, we'll see. And then we need to get a... Gosh, I want to say it's a black trout. I'm gonna just double check this. Don't want to get all the way there and be wrong. And this is digital trout, but I think it is black trout. I'm wrong on occasion. Actually, I can get the orange banana out, but yes, there's the super carrot that we need. And yeah, then we need to fish trout. So they can be gotten with meat, but I think the sort of best thing to do is actually fish out another fish, and then use that fish as bait. Alright. Trying to find out about fishing is a nightmare. Alright, so we're going fishing. Again, I'm hoping I have this is the right fish. So, there's a reason why it's best to catch a fish and then... Oh. I'm kind of used to... Whoop, no. Digimon doing the fake out. These fish don't fake you out, so they just steal your bait very quickly. Alright. So the reason to use a fish is that the other fish in here that you can find don't like... That's snapper. Snapper aren't supposed to like fish. Yeah, they're not supposed to like fish. Guess that one likes Digi anchovies. I wonder if they like themselves. Still think it's the big boys. I thought only the trout liked it. They might only like meat, the black trout, but I thought this was Oops. Not the direction I wanted to turn in. Turn the opposite way. You guys like fish. That guy likes a fish. Alright. Oh, you're kidding! Oh! Oh! Okay. Have I ever had that happen before? Interesting. Okay, I think they're this kind of big fish. I think we can also get them a meat, so I could try that. That one did not like meat. If they have the red X, they don't like it. Yeah, fishing for anything other than anchovies is a pain in the ass, frankly. Where the follow? Here, snapper. That's a trout! There we go. Alright, so, whoops. No, I thought it was far enough away from the water. I believe this is the one. So now we have the super carrot and the black trout. I should be able to finish MetalMamemon off. And the guide says any bait for fish. Oh, Digi anchovy. Okay, so yes, the snappers don't like any fish other than the Digi anchovy specifically. Oops. Oh well. I did realize why my poop's gone, because it happened in the European version as well. When you beat Mamemon, it changes this screen. That screen actually, I suppose what they did is they just had a different screen. The original screen was on the rocks and stuff blocking the way, and then that screen's really clear. And the screen changes and the poops go away, because it's technically a different screen. So I guess my poop of shame exists in the code somewhere. It can never be eaten. Hey, Bakamon. Back, eh? Oh, I know where Leomon is. Thinking about it, I do actually know where Leomon is now. Save. Leomon's in the Bergramon transport hut, I'm pretty sure. Yep. He doesn't do anything. He just stands in the Bergramon transport. He doesn't make it cheaper. He don't do anything. Do you also still become Sukamon? Yes. It doesn't matter what stage you are, when you hit 16 shits, you become a Sukamon. So yeah, babies, rookies, champion ultimates, anything can become a Sukamon. Alright, so we want to go to Friesland. I'm holding hard left to try and dodge the Ice Devimon here. Yep. When one does anything, he'll die. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I wish he just made Bergramon cheaper. If he's gonna stand there, I wish he was like, hey, I could convince Bergramon to give you a discount. You know, He's kind of like Andromon. He just shows up. It's like, I actually go between here and home. He doesn't stick around. Alright, so it's the last Digimon that you trade with, that you recruit. So we are going to make sure that this one's good, because this one has the Digimushrooms to medium recovery pipeline. I'm not gonna do too much money stuff here, mostly because I do have my macros set up on my laptop, I do not have them set up on here. But we don't need that much money to raise the baby, because we'll not be doing restaurant shit. Which is where you need your money in this game, is if you're exploiting the restaurant, specifically a restaurant glitch. We don't have the person who does that glitch. I will definitely show off the glitch once we do. Because it's a very expensive but incredibly helpful glitch. So I'm making sure that we have, in fact... Do I have an omnipotent? When did I get that? Oh, did I trade that Oh yeah, because the super carrot. Right, yeah. Yes, we've done both of these guys. I've traded a couple more for a little bit of money. We want some money, and it'll be difficult to leave. when we have the baby and come to Friesland of all places. But I don't want to do it too much. But yes, it is extraordinarily expensive, but it allows you to get max stats. It's the easiest way to get max stats in the game. Now this guy should want, yes, the black trout. So we can no longer get autopilots, restores and medicines, but he is by far the best one to send to your town. You do not want to send the one who gives you money to town. You can also send the other one. He's okay, but he turns Digimushrooms into medium recoveries, which is helpful. But at a certain point, you're probably not picking up Digimushrooms. The other thing you can do is you can turn super carrots, which you can buy for 500, into omnipotence, which you can then trade for the super offensive disc for 2,000. So that's another way to do it. But buying super carrots is also a pain in the ass. You should do it one at a time. But it is a way to double up, and if you, say, have a macro where you just set it off, it is actually a decent way to do both. He also, of course, has the item that allows you to evolve into MetalMamemon without, like, doing any of the stat requirements and stuff, so that is also, like, helpful to keep him around. This guy is by far the best one to move to your town. You're very disciplined, that is a weird thing. So if your Digimon refuses to eat something, and you scold them, like normally when you scold, your discipline goes up, but your happiness goes down. But if they've refused an item and you scold them, they're like, yeah, fair dues. And their discipline goes up by the lot, and their happiness actually increases a little bit as well. So a Digimon refusing to take like a porta potty or an autopilot is actually really useful. And it's a way if you have a really low discipline Digimon to raise their discipline is to try and feed them a healing item. Because they can also reject that. They can, like, normally I heal in battle because you don't have to deal with that shit. But if you try and heal them outside of battle, they can go, no, I don't want it. And then you can scold them and raise their discipline. Discipline is good to raise. It makes it easier to get to a toilet, because the more discipline you have, the longer you have to get to a toilet before they poop. Your discipline is low, they'll poop in like 20 minutes, 20 in-game minutes, and is an absolute hassle. The other thing is discipline makes your Digimon live longer. Low discipline Digimon actually have a reduced lifespan to high discipline ones. Also, following your orders better in battle, stuff like that. There's a lot of random stuff that discipline does. Yeah, it's true, just like real life. I shouldn't need revive items, but they are helpful now. You don't really want them taking up an inventory slot when you have 10 inventory slots, because you should just, Someone's a secret shop guy. But yeah, you don't really want, you just want to not be dying. If you're dying in battles, you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. Alright, so he actually also gives you 2 more items. That you can keep in your, really just clog your inventory. So what this one does, rest pillow, so when you rest a Centauramon, you heal some HP and MP. This increases the amount of HP and MP you get from that resting. Health Shoe is really weird. So this nominally, I think I press start. Yeah, so if you press start, it says like more recovery during rest, and this says walk and HP and MP go up. So the shoe is strange. So it is good, but it's also not as good as you would think, and also I don't know if this is exactly true, but people say that you need to actually walk, not run. I don't remember how you walk in this game. Ah, there we go. If I press R1. Won't be able to tell because we're not hurt. Maybe if we're hurt at some point, I will try and, see if that works. So we got Pixelmon, got MetalMamemon, got Nannymon. What else should I clean up while we're here? I could learn some more techniques. Not a bad thing. I currently have 12? That's not bad. So Mamemon is his first like trait is battle, so that's definitely the easiest things to learn. I'm surprised we never got Tremor from the Ogremon fights. He uses it so much. Okay, apparently Nistromojimon and Gear Savannah, they're only there at night. It's a little irritating. Really want to mount Affinity? Yeah, don't really want to be, doing that one. Ooh, Rockmons and Mount Infinity use this. Maybe we are going to Mount Infinity, but they're a little mean. Mud Frigimon and Mount Panorama use Muscle Charge. Try that. Muscle Charge is... I think it's better than Warcry. Because it is specifically attack. And attack is the best stat in the game. Warcry is like all-round stats, so it's like a little bit all-round stats. It doesn't do that much of an increase. Keep hitting Warcry. I just mushed my words, it's fine. Anyway, we might see Mamemon. I don't know if I should fight Mamemon. Mamemon is actually surprisingly, I think, the hardest of the three not always on the screen fuckers. But we'll see. I could always save and try it out. Oh, we should be Venomon. Yeah, Venomon's here, isn't he? So I don't think Venomon's a fight. I will save in case I am incorrect, but I believe you do just find him and recruit him. There's a War Crimes Digimon. Commandramon, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely War. Is there a cop Digimon? I think more just crimes, I guess. Yeah, the circles are really big. I like that the circles kind of just look like they're exposing the circuitry of the digital world underneath the grass. I think that's really cool. Alright, so the alien crop circles are being made by the alien. Hey Venomon, what's up? Justimon is more of a Kamen Rider, yeah. Hey Venomon, what's up? So I believe Venomon is actually pretty easy. You do just like... I think you do need to read the Shellmon bulletin, but I think you just need to get enough prosperity and more circles appear as you get more prosperity. And then you just show up and he just joins you. Okay. Okay, off he goes. So he goes into the restaurant. And he's not there at specific hours, he's random. When you randomly go into the restaurant, he can be there. And he gives you... his food is, like, weird. So one that kisses folks? Yeah. Yeah, that's him, yeah. So this is the screen where Mamemon can appear. So like I said, it's very easy to know if he's here or not if you come in the right side. If you come in the left side, you can actually miss him entirely. I'll show that off, I'll go over to the left. So these guys nominally they do indeed have muscle charge. What's my chance of learning muscle charge? 19%. Yeah, I'll see if we can see him. I'm not gonna aim to see him because I'm not gonna aim to fight him. He's surprisingly strong. Did I learn muscle charge already? Alright, we're not gonna see him. Alright, good shit. And Muscle Charge, I think, is actually, one of the better buff moves, because it is pure attack. There are some other ones that are a bit more defensive, and they can be very useful. This is like, if you don't have 999 attack, which you won't at this point in the game, very useful to yeah, he got like 100 attack out on that. I want to see how much attack we get out of Muscle Charge. The main thing about buffs at this point is they are... I think they're most useful once you have enough brains. I think this guy can go off screen here, yep. You do have to wait a little bit when they're off screen, because they can be just like a tiny bit on screen without you noticing. It doesn't matter if they were on screen when you started the footlight. If you hold it there, and moderate do the buff. There, that's 150 attack. Oh, we blocked it. Which is pretty sizable. Muscle Charge is a very good buff. It's a bit harder to get than War Cry. I'll probably get War Cry early. Yeah, I'll show how it's like when you come onto this screen, it's easier. Yeah, MetalMamemon, I don't know why MetalMamemon gets access to more mech moves than MetalMamemon, it's weird. But when you come on this screen, like, you can't see the Mud Frigimon here. He is there, though! So you just come on the screen and go to the left, MetalMamemon could have been there and you would have had no idea. Alright, we learned Muscle Charge, pretty happy about that. I think learning more techniques is useful. Buster Dive, I think, will be very difficult to get at this point. There's a lot of people in Mount Infinity that use it. MetalMamemon uses the fuck out of it here, he's such an asshole. Hyunamon apparently used Buster Dive, so that's probably good. Counter is... I spent so long trying to get counter, it's way harder than it should be. There is also a good Tremor. I like to try and get Tremor from, the Ogremon fights, because he uses it so aggressively, but unfortunately Monochromon couldn't learn it, which really, really cut us off from it. Alright, so yeah, we could go get Buster Dive from Friesland. Oh, he needs to shit. I guess we'll see. I think you can autopilot, and then go to the toilet. Guess we'll see if that just made him shit, like, immediately. Yeah, the Nistromojimon and the Shima Unimon in, Gear Savannah can get you it, but I've gotten all the techniques in this game for the Retro Shima, and in the past, I've done it multiple times, and counter. I don't know if I'm just unlucky. It should be a 20%, but counter has always been a dick of a move for me to get. And Nistromojimon are where I can get Tremor, but it's a pain in the ass because they're only out at night. So kind of the best way for me to do it is to kind of like fly there, late at night so the MetalMamemon can go to sleep and then get like 2 hours to fight for it. Alright, I'm gonna save, we're gonna go... I think we'll try and see if we can get... if the, yeah. I'm hoping the Hyugamon in Friesland are during the day. I think the Ice Digimon are night, but they're not as obvious a switch, in my opinion. Yeah, it's Ice Digimon at night. Hyugamon during the day. I'm holding left because I don't really want to fight two at a time. Mostly, like, for more chances at the move, better fight one at a time. I do not believe there's any, like, increase in chance if you're fighting two. The chance is just the chance. And fighting two of these guys is just, you know, it's just a pain in the ass. Oh, so yeah, so that is Ogrmon's pixel, so. There's a few different dots, which I like. Oh, I don't think this is gonna go off late, yeah. There's Buster Dive. Okay, so he does have Buster Dive. Good to know that the move does exist. It is very powerful, it can confuse. The main problem with it is its big build-up, but it's not that slow, so it is a good move. The main thing about it is it's expensive. Nope. Didn't realize the switch was there. Yeah, block damage, yeah. Giving it just this guy. Yep. Tremor is a move that is nominally useful early on, which is why you quite like getting it when you're fighting Ogremon. And not very good late in the game. Oh, I got paralyzed. Oh, I did dot him though, so that's decent. He actually came out faster than I thought he would. 198. The other thing about the buff is as you buff, the buff gets stronger as well, because it's proportional based on your current stats, which includes your buff. So muscle charge is kind of wacky. It does cap at 999 though. You cannot go above max stats with a buff. So once you have max stats or even pretty close to it, it's not as useful. I do find that, like, sometimes the defensive ones are useful at that point. I'm far more likely to max attack than other stats. Yoga was summer was messed up teeth, yeah. I mean, I think he has pretty messed up teeth. Thanks, Buster Dive. You can see it's got a little bit of build-up, but it's not got that much build-up. I do supposedly have a 16% chance of learning it. Probably take the buff off. It's not really that helpful against randos. It's good, but I think it's time more than anything. If I'm gonna be fighting these guys repeatedly for a 16% chance, baby! reason why the game gives you more stats for Mass Morph and Full Potential is that those are late game buffs, and Warcry and Aqua Magic are early game buffs. I think that's actually, like, fairly reasonable. Like, most of the Digimon that can even use... Did I learn it? Yes. That can even use Full Potential are your mech ultimates. So they want to give them a bigger buff. I think it is just like, we want to give you buffs early, but we don't, like, if they gave you full potential early, it would be ridiculous, so. I think they were like, you're probably going to learn Warcry and Aqua Magic fairly easily, so we'll give you the small buffs. There's Buster Drive, 500 power for 258 MP. It would be by far my, most expensive move, but it is good. It is good. Alright, so yeah, Tremor would be more for fun than for actually, like, using. Alright, so we have all range beam, pulse laser, metal sprint, which is the one we can have because we didn't get. I don't need to get that one. That's a base mech technique. We'll get that when we get another mech who's someone who's mech first, not battle first. This last one, I think I might need to. Is it reverse program? Okay, yeah, there's one person who can give me that. We don't have access to them. So that's fine. I like using Warcry, like having Warcry, if I don't have anything else better to do. If I just want to be using basically just Megaton Punch, I don't mind having Warcry as a tiny little bit of a buff, but if, like, you know, MetalMamemon here has a ton of moves now, I'm not going to be putting Warcry on. Like, even Muscle Charge, I think for a boss fight, Muscle Charge is good, because it, like, it's permanent for the fight. Buffs don't wear off, which is something very useful to know. I think Next Order is the same. So buffs are actually pretty strong. But for random encounters, I'm just killing them too fast for it to matter. Alright, we learned Buster Dive. So then it's like, do I want to learn Counter? Not really. I'm not going to use it, so I feel like fine not learning it. I know who my next rookie is going to be, and I don't think I can learn kind of the useful stuff for that. I mean, the main thing is for the rookie and next champion that I want, I'm kind of actually playing the long game with it in terms of learning moves. I definitely want to learn a lot of moves with them. It's not really anything I can get here. So what else do I want to do with, Oh, we are a little bit hurt, right? Alright, 1606. You have the health shoes, yeah. Let's see if this walking, if I have to walk thing, I don't know how long you have to walk for. Oh, he did get some back there. Alright. If I run around, do I still get some back? I'm testing this because I don't know if this is true or not. People say shit online about this game and you're like, is that true? Okay, this one might actually be true. You might actually have to, walk, not run. Yeah, there you go. You have to walk, only while walking. I don't think I like, ever bought them. By the time I bought them, you have access to MetalMamemon, you have access to infinite money, and thus infinite healing. But yeah, there you go. Only while walking, here you go. Only while walking. Running does not count. That's so fucking funny. It's like the rest pillow. It's like the rest pillow's fine, but also I have like large recovery and large MP recoveries are like nothing once you have the kind of money for infinite stats. So it's like I don't need to clog up my inventory with that. Alright, we're not on the day that we can go get some more cards. I don't have an autopilot. Oops. I forgot to buy some more, and I got rid of the guy who gives you autopilots. Alright, we schlepping. Let's go. Got to buy some autopilots. Fine, we're gonna wait MetalMamemon out anyway. Because I don't think there's any more moves. I mean, like telling you, I could get counter, I could get tremor. I don't think either is particularly worth going for. I might still try to fight the Digimon at Gear Savannah in the early morning anyway, see if we can just get some, but don't think it's that helpful. In terms of recruitment, don't want to fight Mamemon, he's such a pain in the arse. He also, I think, does have and use full potential against you, so there's, like, the possibility of learning that, not with MetalMamemon, with, like, another Digimon. That's an interesting question. He might just use Muscle Charge, actually. Now that I think about it, I think if you used full potential, the guides would, people would say it. People use, I get thinking of full potential from a Digimon in Factorial Town instead. Yeah, he's a dick. He does whack his attack up and he hits you for massive damage. Yeah, medium recovery is a scam. It's so funny. But yeah, it's like, I don't bother stockpiling smalls at this point. One, because the mediums, I can use them to get money whenever I want. And two, it's fine. Once you get over 5,000, I just then stock larges. But I kind of value the convenience of not, I did use small recoveries for most of this playthrough, but now I kind of value, not having to go into my menu every 5 seconds to throw a 500 out. Yeah, treasure recruits, we cannot do, the manor, we need to be virus, we are data. Cannot do the Ice Sanctuary. I could technically do, Frigimon or Garurumon, like, kind of a pain in the ass. I'm gonna try Frigimon. Oh, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll prep. I can prep for Frigimon. If I head to the Ancient Dino region. Might take a little bit of money, but I have money, so it's fine. This is I think, the fastest. We never go here, by the way. We recruited Batemon here, and then there's basically no reason to ever come back here. Hello. It would be faster if I'd known he was there. And dodged him. Yes, once you recruit Batemon, there's no reason to ever come back to the screen except, like, taking this weird way around to Ancient Dino region, which you're never gonna do. Why would you not have an autopilot and just autopilot back from Friesland, silly? Yeah, there are Modiki Batemon on this screen now. I think there's one where the Batemon was. Oh no, just that one, I guess. But yeah, this actually, like, gets us over the Centauramon pretty quick. And I'm gonna have to still walk back to town. You hate dodging the encounters in this room specifically because it's so zoomed in. Also, very little reason to come back to Ancient Dino region. don't like that he wants to go sleep here. I guess the Eastern Digimon are just not gonna happen. We just, this time is slower here. So we can, like, keep him awake for a bit longer. It's so funny that, like, medium MPs are more cost-effective than, small MPs, but medium recoveries are not more cost-effective than, smalls. I believe these Vermilion can, like, do some moves at us, but they're a bit weird. Alright, over here. Alright, 200 bits. Meat came out. MP Fluffy came out. I got this, very quickly last time I tried, so of course it's gonna chomp all my money this time. Steak! That's the one we're looking for. Alright, so we got a bunch of meat, but what we were looking for, specifically, is steak. Cause steak is actually moldy meat. Why is it called steak? Don't worry about it. Moldy meat! Yum yum! And it's funny because basically every Digimon, game, like, for a very long time didn't give you the alternate versions of Mons. The alternate colors for most of them were almost entirely, like, enemies. And you got the normal ones. That's like, you can get some ultimate forms in the latest ones, but only some of them. But yeah, we were gunning for that, meat. I don't think I can get an autopilot out of that, which is a shame. I am gonna save state because I have a terrible time getting past this fucking Vermilion. And he needs to sleep, so... I'm trying to get outside Ancient Generation before I sleep him. See if we get some time to, try to get to Gear Savannah. As I can see, time is much slower in this region. So I really like that the, Time Stranger allowed you to get both, Mega Seedramon and Waru Seedramon. I used both of them in a team for a while, and I was very happy. I loved those two. So not sleeping is a care mistake, but only if you, take, like, 3 hours? I'm not gonna push him that far. I'm just hoping to, try to get a little bit closer to home before I send him to sleep. Just try not to get into any fights because they take time. Yeah, they made a new Skull Seizure. Yes, I loved all, yeah. I mean, I am gonna put him to sleep. You literally have to wait 3 hours. You have to get to the point where they don't want to go to sleep anymore. So this is fine. I'm probably going to sleep him here. Yes, you have to keep them awake for quite a while before it becomes a care mistake. Same with hunger. Hunger might only be an hour. Is it an hour or is it like 3? I think sleep is 3. A basic rule of thumb is as long as you get it before 1 hour, you're totally safe. For anything. Toilet is slight exception to that, because with the low discipline, that could be less than an hour, but... with good discipline, you have, yeah, it's not 1 hour of hunger. I'm pretty sure it's like 3 hours for sleep and hunger. You need to, you really need to be like, hey, you're not going to sleep. Still 5. I can't remember what the other Shellmon things are, so... Alright, he's at 18. I have managed to not fatigue him, so I think he might last longer than most of my Digimon. But 18 to 20 days is the norm. And there's also that weirdness of course, he starts as a rookie at 0 days. Yeah, care mistakes, there's some circumstances where you get more than one from a single care mistake, which is very funny. There's a lot of weirdness around the care mistake stuff, despite the fact there's only 3 things that count as care mistakes. Yeah, if the starvation timer drops to 0 during a training session or while resting, you will get an additional care mistake, yes. But yeah, it's like not feeding and not sleeping until the sleeping timer runs out, and it's about 3 hours. Alright, let's pop to gear. Nope, wait, hang on. It's not pop to gear, Savannah. I need to buy autopilots. I'm gonna buy like 5. So I don't run out of the fuckers. But yeah, because training and resting can cause you to get double the amount of care mistakes. It's a good way to farm them, it's also an unfortunate way to accidentally end up with more care mistakes than you thought. Funnily enough, if you sleep, like sleep at night, if your Digimon has the rest symbol and you send it to sleep, you don't actually get care mistakes. If they are hungry or they poop. But if they want to poop, they will still poop, but it will not count as a care mistake. Very funny that. I guess that's a way to like raise your poop meter. There's our virus poop meter down there. Without raising care mistakes, but yeah. Very funny that there's only 3 things and sometimes you get double and sometimes you get none. Alright, I'm gonna put banana and the meat away, because we do not need the meat right now. The meat will be helpful later. Oh, if you rest a pretty mon and get the care mistake manage to begin the conversation immediately, the game doesn't finish checking to see if your mon is no longer hungry and you get 2 care mistakes again. Well, that's even funnier. Infinite care mistakes. Alright, let's go fight some Digimon. Sorry, fake Digimon. I can get back now. Without walking all the way down. Yeah, so I have to think about what else to do. I think the funny thing about both of those is I don't think I think there was literally only one time I gave a shit about care mistakes for evolving. When I did the full chart for retro achievements, there was one Digimon where it was like, okay, I need to get the 15 plus here. But for everything else, most everything else you can actually ignore. You can ignore one of the requirements, and I think for the most part I ignore, like, big care mistakes. And I try to think who I did it for. Was it Piximon 1? Was Piximon the one I did care about? There's like, I was also doing it through specific champions and stuff in order to not, like, cross over champions. And I think there was one... Accidentally pressed the window button. Go away. Digimon are the cutest. I agree. Yeah, 15 plus camera 6, weight 5. Yeah, Pixelmon's actually really easy to do without it, but I think the thing is that, like, there was someone where the overlap, because if you have specific champions, like, the overlapping requirements could mean that it was easier to get a different one. And I was also doing a lot of shit where it's like, I need every single Digimon in the game, but I don't want to have to do too much training. So I was doing a lot of the, static glitching. I spent a lot of hours getting the mastery for this game, and it was mostly just, I think there was only one time I had to farm out 15 plus care mistakes, and honestly it's actually decently easy to do without cheating it. Like, for an ultimate, it's pretty alright. You got plenty of time to do that. Got them shit everywhere.
Poop maxing.
Got poop max. I shouldn't be using my giant meat. I don't have another source of it now. Either there's some shops you can buy giant meat, but now I don't have Palmon. I should just be feeding sirloin. Or meat. Actually, meat. Keep the sirloin for the baby. I think the next ultimate I want is fairly hefty, so I definitely want to keep a bunch of sirloin. Okay, I think unfortunately we might be in the day now. Guy is probably... You're a unicorn now? No, you're still a Digimon. Alright. Sometimes they change at 6 and sometimes they change at 7. Kind of a bi-area basis.
Whatever they're.
I'm trying to see if he even has... Counter is like really awkward to see if anything has. But I want to see if he has Tremor. Yeah, haha. 6. His dynamite kick. He's very slow, so... I wish I had defend, not distance. Unfortunately, MetalMamemon is not smart enough for that.
My robust dull boy.
Alright, just go for the kill. I don't think they need to use the move. I think they just need to have it, but... Do they have it? Who knows? All the guys lie to you. What'd you drop, bunny? Oh, they drop autopilots. Okay. Supposedly the Psychmon on Trash Mountain also has Tremor. I guess we could see. That guy I think is there all the time. Although he is surrounded by Greymon. You definitely do not. The other place you can get Tremor fairly easily is MetalMamemon. Also uses it. So Tremor is like one of those ones that I often take for granted that I will just get in a playthrough because like, well, most of the like Greymon, Tyrannomon, so many of the Digimon you can get from Agumon and Gabumon do learn it, but not all of them. But you fight Ogremon like 3 times, MetalMamemon, it's not that hard a move to learn, so yeah. Kind of assume you'll get it. Supposedly this guy has it. Does he? Who knows? supposed to kick me. This is a very funny command, just like run away. Get out of there. Yeah, he doesn't feel like using it. Uh-oh. Oh, I think I'll be dotted by the time this comes out, yeah. There's Gabramon's cutie. Oh shit. he kinda wedged himself in here. That's fair. Alright. Well, I do think Tremor Encounter is a little bit of a bust, which is fine. So I could, technically one other thing I could do is training. It would... The stats of your previous Digimon do have an impact on your next Digimon. I only have a Tamer rank of 1, so it's gonna make very minimal difference. Buddy, I'm trying to concentrate eating a donut. Could you win against this slimy boy, please? Thank you. That would definitely be the Shima Unicorn. Unimon. He's a unicorn, but he's Unimon. Shima Unimon. Yes, I don't need any more money, because money's like... money I can just get. So maybe it's just training. Trying to think of other recruitments. There is a good reason for me to hold off on one in particular. There's two good reasons. One, he hates misty trees. Two, I think that guy knows some good techniques that I might want to steal from him. And MetalMamemon can't learn. You still talking about that invisible bridge? Can I get my sirloin? Okay, calm down, dude. I need to check if you've gotten food. There we go. I don't think Digimon should be back yet. I believe I sent him on 12. Yeah, so it'll be 22. Alright, what I need for the champion I want. No, this is just like, yep, off they go. Are you good with just some meat, buddy? You are small. No! I think I've fed him quite a bit, and that's why he's no longer satisfied with one meat. So they often do a little happy dance when they're, like, full, and sometimes they just don't, and you're like, are you full? And it's like, yeah, I'm good. It's like, alright. Okay, so the training manual does increase our gains. We're at 120 now. I believe we were like 112 before. So the two, yeah, waterfall revision. I think it says revision now because we've got, the two bugs here. That says revise. And that, I think, is the indication that they are, in fact, stronger. And then the training manual adds a little bit more to that. But hang in there. That defend. I'm gonna have to get into a fight to see. So I guess we're gonna go murder MetalMamemon here. Very funny, the orders that they give you here don't exactly match up, which is kind of funny. The training is a little awkward. There's a whole big formula behind it. You can nominally think of each aspect here adding about +1 to a stat. That is defensive, yes. We can now tell MetalMamemon to just sit and defend. Which, as you've seen in Next Order, defend is ridiculous. They nerfed defend in Next Order, and yet it's still fucking incredible. I guess it might be stronger in Next Order than in this game because they don't always listen to you in this game. But yeah, it's not exactly right, but you can think of Kabuterimon, Kawagumon, the training manual, as giving +1. And then the other thing you can do is actually, I think, the biggest buff you can give to a specific machine. And from what I have read now, I think it does not have to be done all at once. I think essentially it kind of makes all of your, if you don't know about this, but you're training your babies in the gym, which of course you are, your babies can't go out and fight anything. You will naturally make your gym stronger by doing each one 10 times. I don't think it has to be done with the same baby from what I've read. And that's like that. The baby's training is more powerful. It's like double the power of Kabuterimon, Kawagumon in the training manual. Then some Digimon have their preferences for training as well. So if they're big defensive, they will get more gains from defense. If they are, more aggro, they get more gains from, so that's 13 here. For defense. Uh-oh. I mean, that's fine. Oh, I think Sirloin. Sirloin reduces tiredness, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Since we already saw the sweat drops, we have lost, a little bit of lifespan. That's fine, I'm not really sure what I'm doing with this boy anyway. At this point, we've kind of done most of the recruitment I want to do. We'll talk to Digimon and see where we're at as well. Want to and can do. MetalMamemon. Piximon. You want a secret item? He worries me. He worries me too, buddy. Piximon should worry you. He's a little worrying. Anyone came here and wait, did he come here? I can't really remember. They're at 64, so there's 36 left. A lot of that will come all at once, because normally Ultimates give you +3. Champions +2, Rookies +1. It's not always the case, but that is the general thing. Baby Tokamon fighting 2 Platinums. Do you buff the shit out of his stats? Yes, I think because you'll be typically just in the gym with your babies, I think it is that they kind of just expected to, that your gym will get stronger over time, and you'll be like, wow, my gym's a little stronger. Hey, Ogremon. So Ogremon nominally patrols for shady-looking guys, so he doesn't, he's another one that doesn't do anything. I could rest the Centaurimon. I reckon he's gonna want to go to sleep soon anyway. Yeah. So sleeping normally reduces all tiredness, so... The main thing is you don't really want to get to the sweat drops point because you've already taken the lifespan hit, but that's fine. Sleep here and get my sirloin. But yeah, this guy, his age is a little awkward because I don't know exactly when he's gonna die because you essentially chop off a day and a half at the start of it. You're not having to go through baby and in training to get to Rookie. I don't know if that means he has the full, like, 21-day span or if it's truncated to 19. Yeah, the tired status is like pretty high up. Yeah, you like it basically it warns you when it's already too late. You're tired. You took that hit, buddy. So you can actually bring Digimon back, and he'll go, "Hey, I'm not done yet. Fuck off." I'm like, all right, all right. Yeah, the sweat drop is like, it's a bit like in Monster Rancher 2 when if Colt tells you your monster's stressed out, it's too late. It's too late. He's already taken the hit. Alright, let's see if I can get Venomon in the restaurant. Oh, there he is. Yeah, so he has some expensive stuff. You cannot feed at the restaurant if you are not hungry. Most of the time. I'll go with most of the time. You cannot feed if they're not hungry. Yeah, battles give less than training, but if you do enough battles, you will get pretty tired. Buy a few of these. Hey, Pootiemon. Press start. Active resolution, try buying something. Stuck on Digimon. Stuck on the poop. Oh. Alright, here we go. I thought he might die a bit earlier than usual for one that I had, like, not gotten much tiredness on. Because you chop off the day in 6-ish hours for the baby and in training. Alright. I like that the digital world uses an analog clock. I think that's cool. I love that shit. Alright, Champ has faded away. Alright, gave birth to a Digitama. He'll be reborn with his abilities. What egg? Hold your partner in your heart. Hope for the best. Alright, I already know what we're doing. I'm not throwing the choice up to you. Gonna double check, but I believe we need Biyomon for this particular champion that I would like. And then I'm just gonna check that this champion does in fact go in the ultimate I want. He sure does. Alright, yellow egg. I'm not gonna mention the Mega just with the ultimate just yet, but I will say, of the ultimates in this game, I think it's probably my brother's favorite. I love them too. I love this ultimate a lot. Have you ever seen me play Next Order or Cyber Sleuth? You know I adore the one I'm going from here. Alright, new name! Let's go! High five Ghost! Yeah, such a tiny baby. I will say I'm going for Biyomon as my rookie. So you can infer from there what you will. Alright. Chat got a name for this boy. I need to get water, so chat, come up with a name for a new boy. I said water. You know, water. Yeah, I say it with T and not a D. It's fucking... I come to America and my god, no one understands me. A water? Yes, water. Oh, I want to name him. I can't name him Puff. I'm sorry. That is... an insulting word in the UK. Yep. I know. Yeah, sorry. It is a word my dad used a lot. In a very derogatory way, 'cause my dad was a bit of a dick. A slang for Gay. Well, insulting slang for gay. I think specifically a gay man. Eh. I don't know what I'm gonna name him. Interesting. Okay. He's gonna be Bird. I have 6 letters. It'll be Bird for some of its life. It'll be Bird-esque for most of it. Yeah. If you didn't know that, yeah, they're you know, it is. Offensive slang in the UK. I do like Polly. I do quite like Polly. Oh, Polly. I want another name. I never want to name things ever again. Hey, Polly. Alright, so you can see that, oh my god, this baby is so garbage. So yeah, this baby, he has bubble, he can't use techniques, he's adorable, and it's a haunted marshmallow, but his stats are bad. So basically how, the stats work in this game is like Next Order, you do carry down stats. It's based on your tamer level here, because I have a tamer level of 1%. 1% of my MetalMamemon stats are carried down. There's I think there's base stats, and then there's the 1% on top of that. So, this baby is so bad. But we are looking for Biyomon, so we want... I believe for Biyomon, we want... MP, speed, or defense? Be the highest stat. So rookies are actually very easy to get. Rookie is just your highest stat will get you the rookie, because yeah, it doesn't want you not get the rookie. The champion, we get into a specific champion is where it gets hard. The specific rookie is just have these specific stats as your highest stats, and you'll get whichever one you want. So Biyomon, yep, it's MP, defense, and speed are the highest. If you want Patamon here, HP, offense, and brains are highest. I think we're gonna concentrate on MP and speed for Biyomon, because I think MP and speed and brains are what we need for the champion I want. So you cannot register in training Digimon for competition. You cannot put this poor baby on your memory card and make it fight. I should have used Piyomon rather than Biyomon, yeah. But, adorable little baby. Let's do some training. So you're basically gonna spend most of your baby's life, training them. It's a good thing to have sirloin, because as I said, sirloin reduces tiredness a little bit. So apart from the fact it's really good for weight, it is also really good for not hitting a lot of fatigue while you're basically doing nothing but, training your baby. So I think I think MP is almost certainly the one that I want to do 10 times. One, because it is, one of the stats we want for the champion, and 2, because it'll actually upgrade, I think it's all 5, and I don't know the exact numbers, but Sirloin heals a decent amount of tiredness. So it's very helpful for when you're doing training. But yes, if we do MP 10 times, and this is fine. We want MP, yeah, I was right, MP speed and brains for the champion I want. We will go ahead and we will do MP a lot of times while also feeding the sirloin. So babies get hungry, get poopy, and get tired very quickly. They are baby. I was fully expecting a poop there. Gotta check on the weight. I think the weight for the ultimate's like pretty decent weight. The sirloin's still pretty good there. Gotta take a dump and then sleep. Oh, and eat! Jesus. Alright. This baby's just full of wants right here. Alright, I gotta text my mother. Hang on. I'm all hungry, tired, and need to shit. It's true. I guess technically I don't need to feed him before I sleep him because it's not a care mistake, but you know. Fine. Care mistakes do not matter when becoming a rookie because then that would be... What would you do? Basically, it punishes you at the rookie stage and at no other stage. Like rookie champion. It wants you to get to a rookie. It wants you to get to something usable. And then it's like, if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna get MetalMamemon. You're just gonna have to deal with it. See how happy this baby is to be in the city? He loves it here. Going through so much sirloin. Although I ended up with so much of it when I was trying to get every Digimon. A long time you went and ate at the restaurant and you didn't eat normal food. So I ended up with so much sirloin in my pocket. Didn't want to do. Oh wow! I actually did it so perfectly. I interrupted the Digivolution. Oops, it's fine. All right, we're up to in training. I'm drowning the baby to make it tougher. Don't worry about it. We're making strong babies in here. Alright, that's Tokamon, which is Patamon's baby in training. But in this game, like, they don't have that many babies in training. You can see they actually have 4 babies and 4 in training. And then there's 2 rookies you can get from each baby, and then a 9th rookie that's special. I think you can get this rookie from any in training, you just have to do a very specific thing with it. But that means that, like, Koromon goes to Agumon and Gamamon, whereas, like, Tsunamon does not. Tsunamon exists in this game, but goes somewhere else. Is that what it is? Yeah, Tsunamon exists, but goes to Penguinmon or Lekmon instead of, into Gamamon. Then you have Tanimon as well, which is Betamon and Palmon. But we have Tokamon who goes into Patamon or Beomon. In later games, they added a lot more babies. So cute, but so much teeths. Tokamon has too much teeths. Just all teeth all the time. You think, a tiny baby. But yes, in training also have a slightly stronger bubble, but cannot use any moves, and that's all they have. They just do a little bubble. How many are we at now? Is this the 5th? Gonna be the 6th. Yes, babies in training is only sleep for like a little amount of time. So it's about 6 hours as a baby and then a day as an in training. From there, it's 3, 4. I think it's then 3 and 6 hours or something weird. As a rookie before you can develop into a champion, and then if you don't hit requirements by day 5, I think that's when you get Numemon by default. And then you need to be. I will not stop drowning the baby. Sorry, baby drowning hours in here. I think it started at 172, so we're at 648. Divided by 8 is 8, so there are 8 trainings on the waterfall. I never do bonus try because it cheats. 1, I'm bad at slots. 2, it cheats. Yeah, there's a flag. Yeah, the all poops is the best part of it, but also there's a flag that just, like, whether you can even win. Just stops you. It's such a pain in the ass. But I'm also absolutely garbage at slots. Oh, was that more than 80 there? I think it was. I clicked through too quickly. Yep, up to 96. I thought it was 96, so yeah. MP is now upgraded because we trained on it as a baby 10 times. So now, for every Digimon we have from now on, MP is now upgraded. But not just MP, for some reason, this is bugged. And getting MP training also increases brain training. Why? Dunno, just does. I was only 9 there, but I think that's just baby. Babies just get less stats. And that's in line with 96 in the MPs. So yeah. Now both MP and brains should be upgraded. Even, like, nominally just do, like, it should be brains 10 times upgrade brains, but there is a bug that means that doesn't happen. You have to upgrade MP instead to upgrade brain training. No, bonus try is such a cheat. It's like, it does not allow you. I love how buggy and weird this game is, but I also like the UK. I don't know if the UK version fixes that particular one, to be fair, but the UK version fixes a lot of the other game-breaking bugs. Alright, so let's do speed. Because we will need speed and brains. For the champion I want. I don't think we're gonna have to worry too hard about, conflicts here. The UK version I showed it off at the very start of the stream. I showed off that the UK version did indeed fix the jukebox freeze bug. We listened to Giremon's sick tunes at the start of stream. Because I talked about how the UK version fixed it. I'm like, I want to prove it. So I replayed a bunch of the game on the UK version and showed it. I am that petty. Okay, Yami, I'm not drowning the baby anymore. Are you happy? The baby is no longer being drowned. We are now forcing it to run on a racetrack. Is that better? Is it better to make this baby do laps? I suppose the worst thing I could do is the defense training, which is getting the baby punched by a big glove. Like, would this be the worst thing I could do to the baby? I will go out for more sirloin once we need to go to the toilet again. I feel like you might just be abusing these poor Digimon a lot of the time. That was an unpleasant noise. The babies make such fucking noise. You're so noisy. I was like, you need to shit. There's no way he doesn't need to shit. I knew he needed to poop. You do get a feel for that when you play the game after me. Like, you definitely need to go to the toilet now. You're not just EP. You wanna go poop. I think if I like did just MP and then I went and did just speed, I could also have upgraded the speed machine, but I'm okay with not doing that. Just upgrading one's pretty good. Boing, 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 boing. One gets 10 speed out of this. Really loves the speed. Really doesn't like the brains. Sirloin definitely makes the baby happy. Oh, there we go. Hopefully it should be Digimon as long as I've done this correctly. It will not... Chief, I will not stop yelling. The babies are very yelly at all times. Alright, there's Digimon. So, like, certain Digimon just like training over others. They scram. Alright, hey Digimon, so yeah, even with intensive training, I guess it has more MP and speed than our first rookie, but, overall, stats worse. But we did get some new moves. So we did get Electric Cloud, which is kind of the base, electric technique. We're hopefully gonna fill out a bunch more. It's air rather than electric, but it's like kind of air slash electricity. There's kind of both. Definitely need to learn Wind Cutter. I'm not that bothered about getting it as Digimon, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, my champion can use it. So I'm like fine mostly training. But we can try to learn it from the Sukimon. It's not a terrible idea. What are the bonus conditions for you? Discipline gauge, 90%. Okay, so it doesn't care about battles. Is anything Okay, so this one cares about battles, so I'm gonna have to be careful. I probably don't want to do too many battles. This other Digimon wants 10. If I do 10... I think I still wouldn't Digimon into it, as long as my MP is my highest stat, but... What are my chances to learn Wind Cutter? I assume... Okay, yeah. Electric and, air and fire. Wind Cutter is a 26% chance. That's not bad. Yeah, there's some really good... I think air might have kind of the best move in the game. And also some pretty dookie ones. So there's one air move that's kind of ridiculously good. I think it's kind of... There's... I would say maybe 3 moves in contention for best move of the game. There's some really good moves in this. But yes, I definitely want to... I don't want to go over 1,000, but I need to raise... well, I need to get enough stats to get... champion... Yeah, Thunder Justice is really good. I don't know about Confused Storm. I find Confused Storm a little annoying. I find Confuse on enemies annoying. I find it annoying on myself, but I also find it annoying on my opponents. They kind of run the fuck away from you. But yeah, there's 2 air moves that I think are in contention for, like, best in the game. And then a water move, I think, is the other one I would put up there. We have not... I think we've seen it, but we don't have it yet. Alright, so I got the MP, I got the speed, now I need 100 brains. That's the first thing I want to do, is to make sure I train up to this. Need a decent amount of weight, so sirloin's good. It's true, it does have a quick start up. Nice to have upgraded brains. Yeah, I think I prefer All Range Beam to Confuse Storm. And All Range Beam has its weaknesses. And also, it's weirdly avoidable. Doesn't look avoidable, but it actually is quite avoidable, which is weird. But I do think that Confuse Storm and All Range Beams are probably the best AoEs. They always look so distressed when they finally shit. Doing our best. Right. That's in. I think as long as my MP is, like, really high, we're in good shape. I do have to get more weight, but I do have 3 days to eat a ton of sirloin, so I'm pretty alright with that. But yes, I need the brains. Yeah, that came out all at once. DJ Mansion's a weird one. I wanna like it more than I do. I don't think it's actually that good. It's kind of very expensive. Sometimes it's good to let the hour roll so that, you know, they get hungry or they need to poop. They won't need to poop because they already pooped, but... Alright, give it all you got. I don't have enough brains. A little worried I'm gonna get tired. You can tire out your rookies pretty easy because they don't sleep as much as you're in training. I think I will do one more training and then go rest. Oh, we're good. She wants to sleep anyway. Alright. Alright, I have the stats I need. Don't have the weight yet. But, you know. We'll get there. We'll get there. Sirloin is pretty good. I have, an instinct for when training is too much. Rather than, like, tracking it. If I hadn't had the sirloin, I would have gone and rested there. But with the sirloin, I was like, I'm pretty sure I can get another one. Yes, it probably wants some small recoveries if we're going out with Beamon to try to learn anything. I'm not opposed to that. I think once we get a bit more training in, the Digimon are not a huge problem. Ideally, I would want to keep everything else below 100/1000 if I can. We'll see how feasible that is. I want to get up to at least 50 if I'm gonna be in a bit. One thing, there's also Hawk Radish. I need to... Hawk Radish is the one that, raises weight. I just can't remember. I never remember which stats it is. HP, defense, and speed. Okay. Kind of the opposite of what I want, but that's fair. It's the same weight as a sirloin, so it's not that big a deal, but... Just kind of thinking if I could, like, feed training thing, that would be helpful. So I don't need to keep the unnecessary stats below 100, but the thing about the one I'm going for is because it has 3 necessary stats. So how it works is, it is the highest, but if you have one stat that needs to be high, say you needed speed to be the highest, it would just look at speed. But if I have 3 stats that need to be the highest, it doesn't actually just look at the highest, it averages the 3 stats, and that average has to be higher than someone else I have the stats for, which is incredibly irritating. So if I had 25 weight, Bergermon here needs 100 speed. And only speed is its only stat that it needs to be high. So if I am up against Bergermon with that speed, I'm trying to knock Bergermon out in the running by having my weight high enough, but the weight can be the same. Because Bergermon only needs speed and Airgermon needs MP, speed, and brains, if speed was 120 here, I would get Bergermon instead of Airgermon. Even though MP is higher than speed, the average of MP, speed, and brains would be below speed itself. Which is why, like, I don't need to keep the unnecessary stats down as, like, below, but keeping them below means I have less competition and I have less worrying to do about that sort of thing. Like, say, Kokatoramon only needs HP. So if my HP was, like, 1200... that would be, like, higher. They're you know, it is, like... I think it's not as bad with HP because it's not my highest stat, and speed is one of my highest stats. It's, like, awkward, but it is, like... it's really to try and just make things a bit easier on myself. If all I want is MP, defense, and brains, and also they're all low anyway, and I can just trade MP... like, where that comes into play that stats higher is when your babies already have, like, 100 in every stat-ish. That's when it becomes impossible to keep things too low. And that's when it's like, yeah. But on this baby, it's like, it's fairly easy for me to keep the unnecessary stats below 1,000. And concentrate on the necessary ones more. I can get this up to like 800, which is perfectly reasonable. I'm going for Digimon, yep. I could do the special Digivolution sideways. I'm not going to, it's a pain in the butt. I'm just going straight. I'm not doing the retro achievement, so I'm not getting every Digimon. I don't need to be funky with it. Did I get my Sirloin already? I will check. I think I did, but I'm not entirely sure. And it's definitely just that, like, mental stack. It is, like, once you have high enough stats, you really do have to then be like, right, okay, now I just need to make sure my stats are higher, but it is really annoying when a Digimon has 3 stats it needs and it takes the average. And you're like, no, because sometimes you'll have then 2 competitions that want 2 of the other stat you're raising. Like, I do believe, like, Tyrannomon and Monochromon are a pain in the ass to separate. I could replace one of the requirements in 90% discipline. It's not gonna happen. I would have to scold a lot, and I'm not gonna do that. So I'm going specifically, Digimon is fine. It also doesn't matter whether it's 3 or 4. Like, if I have the requirements for multiple, if I have 3 out of 4, it then goes off of stats. I don't need the 90% discipline. The Digimon will happen when I get the weight. And the Digimon's weight is high enough to not really be that. It's like, of the 4, it rules out Bergermon, which is, I think, the highest competition for being bothered here. Alright, we're gonna do a bit of attack, a bit of defense, a bit of HP. My MP is by far my highest stat, so that'll do. I might do a little bit of brain. Actually, I should go sleep. I'm looking at that timer and going, nah, he's tired. Yeah, Digimon, if I keep my weight up above 25, I will not get Bergermon. That's my goal. Bergermon is by far the most annoying fucker that will compete with Digimon in terms of evolution. If I keep my weight high enough, it's fine. If I don't, then Bergermon is very much on the table, and I'm close, so I should probably slap a sirloin in you. Have a go. I would only say seems fine, but then isn't fine. Oh, it seems a bit tired. I think the sirloin pushed it from quite tired to a bit tired. Oh, nice. A double feed. And especially when I have to overfeed for the weight, the discipline's not happening. That's fine. I have the weight, I have the care mistakes, I have the stats, and now it's just making sure I don't get anyone higher priority. By keeping HP below 1,000, I'm ruling out Kokatoramon as well. Because Kokatoramon needs lots of carry mistakes and it needs HP 1,000. Oh no, I'm gonna have that like bird that ate too much meat. Oh no, I hope not. Alright, a little bit more attack. Yeah, that'll be fine. I believe once I become the champion, I don't really have a huge amount of oh, I need to poop right after eating. I mean, that's me. I know that feeling. You eat, I need to take that shit right away. That's still 29, that's good. A little bit more HP. You'll probably need to go to sleep. Then I'll buy some small recoveries and we'll see if we can learn Wind Cutter. I'm pretty sure the Digimon in Tropical Jungle use Wind Cutter. Pretty common. Might the Yamamon use it as well. The Digimon are only out at night. But the Yamamon are out during the day and I'm pretty sure they know Wind Cutter. Alright, so I think we have... How old are we now? Digimon should be back, but I'll try to remember to check there. Yeah, alright, day 3. So we're... Yeah, it will. Again, there's always a chance that weight will slip. Stuff like that. I just like to keep every other stat. I don't need every other stat above 1,000. It's fine. Need to fight the Digimon though. I have to be careful because that one's up there. I may have gotten both of them in here. Okay, got that one. It's easier when you come from the left to separate the two. So adorable. I mean, I might, yeah. I might be trying to get my boy. Probably should take Heat Laser off something. I didn't buy any small recoveries today. Oops. Just use medium recoveries. I can fight this guy, it's fine. I need to heal with a medium recovery. I think with a medium recovery, it's still not bad. Oh, I just died. Yeah, they have Hurricane. I did forget that. This is why we saved. Yeah, with Hurricane, those guys are a little dangerous at this level of HP. And I would have just topped up if I had a small recovery. Hi! I do mean spinning shot. I say Hurricane, I do mean spinning shot. I know that isn't Hurricane, I know it's spinning shot. I always say them wrong. Spinning shot's a really good, like, it's a big build-up, but it hurts like hell, as we saw. I'll give this another go, but I can also do this as Digimon. It's not a big deal. Digimon can learn it. Mostly give myself something to do other than training. I know that's not Hurricane. I don't know why I say Hurricane. I know it's not. I did it before with Patamon. And I was like, it's not Hurricane. I know it's not Hurricane. I don't know why I call it Hurricane. That can't be my most powerful move, please. They do have Wind Cutter, I'm pretty sure. They're not using it, but I'm pretty sure they have it. There's Patamon and Sukamon, this little pixel dude. Adorable. If they're not feeling it, they're not feeling like giving me the move. So like when they don't use it, I have that moment of like, I can use it, right? I'm pretty sure. Stuck on the stairs. And I think I could learn spinning shot from them as well. I think Digimon can learn that. And I just don't want to use it. They want to kick Beatamon's shit in instead. I know the Yanmamon can have spinning shot as well, which is, again, as we saw, very dangerous. Yeah, they really just want to get up in my grill and punch me. Alright. Turning day, so now I'll move Yanmamon around. That's still... The Digimon, I think it's supposed to be 7. I'll turn... So there's a Sukimon up here. He might be more inclined to use Wind Cutter on me. And these become Yanmamon who can use it. I'm gonna do a few more fights before I don't really want to do any more fights. So. Oh, the sick block on spinning shot there. That was nice because I was not ready with the recovery. And Digimon learned spinning shot. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm dead. Okay. Alright. Alright. I was looking for Wind Cutter, and what I got was spinning shot. Okay. Yeah, so you can see why that did fuck tons of damage, right? Like that is like higher than Megaton Punch levels of power. It's honestly kind of wild that the, sort of low-level randos around here can use it. It's fairly strong. Alright, well I feel pretty alright getting spinning shot. I'll leave Wind Cutter to Airdramon. Yeah, a lot of what Airdramon is gonna be doing is, training and, learning moves. I'm pretty well. Alright. Any more Speed Brain MP. Might as well get the good shit, right? Alright. I'm not a good weight. I'm pretty happy. I have to make sure I don't go too high. I may need to feed a super character to keep that weight down a little bit. Alright, so another good strat for, like, kind of reducing tiredness is, like, going to go rest when you need to go poop anyway. It's like, you're already halfway out, you're already out of the training. As long as it's, like, midday level poop, you're probably tired enough to warrant a rest, and almost certainly will be hot further enough through the day that you don't have to rest again. I do like going to the poop, but there's also the horrible thing of going to rest and then I need to shit. Then you're running to the toilet. The desperate run to the toilet. I did on my file have a few poops in the clinic. I was like, it seems fine, and then he's not, he's tired. He's tired. He's not fine. Alright, I will buy super carrot for the next feeding. If I go up to 36, you'll see I go too high. And because there's pretty much no universe I'm getting to like 90 plus discipline, I mean, I'm quite high, which is nice. When you use Sirloin, you'll end up with decent high happiness and discipline with your later ones, especially if you don't tire them out. But I would have to, like, scold, and I'm fine with that. I'll only come with that if, for some reason, Digimon doesn't happen. And it should. We should be fine. So I'm gonna try 150 brains here. The odds of us learning anything are so goddamn low, but it's always worth trying to get to a 150. Alright, so Super Carrot must be MP, offense, and brain. Do a little bit of MP? Just because I know that the ultimate I'm going for wants a lot of MP anyway. I mean, I'm almost certainly not going for the stat requirement for the ultimate, but because of that, I'm fine dumping a lot into MP at this time when training. 163 is pretty sexy. So the at this point, all the training stuff I've got up, the training manual, the baby training, and then also the super carrot on top of that, you can get quite a lot of stats from training at this point. Which is it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Let's see how much brains does. Once this runs out, I will go back to speed, but yeah, pretty nice. It'd be good to go in here. Alright, so normally when I'm playing this, I would not do a normal save here. So I normally give myself like a day and a half to kind of correct things if things go wrong. I have the save states here, so I'm in a better shape. We should be fine. Yeah, sometimes you don't get the one you want, and then you're like, oh no, and then if you've given yourself a little bit of time, you can try and fix that. I shouldn't need to, but it's kind of my instinct just to give myself that like little bit of time to fix things. Born from playing this game way too much as a kid. That's good. I'm hoping we get Digivolution today. It's gonna be slightly awkward timing. I think it should happen kind of during the blue part, but we'll see. And this is also the power of just doing nothing but training. My Agumon got really good stats from the carrying the dirt. Was like very, very helpful. For boosting your first rookie stats, but like nothing beats just spending all day, every day in a gym. So I did not feed the sirloin. I have to be a little bit more careful. I think we'll go with a spicy HP. Here I am, fine for a sirloin. Yeah, see, they do a little victory dance all the time when they're happy after feeding. I was waiting for the hour to see if they would want to poop. The dreaded thing when you go in and then suddenly while they're training they have a poop symbol above their head and you're like, no! And then they shit right next to the training area. Yeah, we all do a little dance. The food is really good. Do a little happy dance. I'm resting here because I didn't do the first sirloin, so I'm borderline at the moment. Again, I like to do the rest halfway through the day because that way I don't need to come back. And, kinda means our tiredness never gets too high. Digimon is probably gonna need to poop right after this rest, though. I feel it coming. You don't? Ooh. Yeah, so the US version has this thing where sometimes the poop timer is twice as long as it should be. So they don't poop as much as they should. Which is weird. That doesn't happen in any other version of the game, apparently. It's just the US version that sometimes when they shit, they don't need to shit again for twice as long. I'm buying another super carrot just in case. Oh, Digimon will be back. Hang on. Alright, what are we getting from treasure hunts? This was a 10-day one I did. I have cash. Can I might send them off for the small one and see what we get. Alright, got some treasure. I got Omnipotent! Which is fine. It's not. It's definitely not. You can get, like, Digivolution items. You can get, stat up chips on the 10-day plan. You can get some really good shit on the 10-day plan, and I got, Omnipotent. Fine. And trade that for 2,000 Poke Dollars. Digi-Dollars. Wrong one. Trade that for 2,000 Digi-Dollars. There you go! I knew you'd need to shit. Come on. There's only always that, well, when you know you're in the Digivolution zone and they don't, and you're like, uh-oh. Or you're close to the Digivolution, zone, I should say, and then they don't, and then you're like, oh god, please don't say I fucked this up. And I haven't. I've done, like, no care mistakes. My weight's correct. Things are good, but there is always that, like, oh god, I'm gonna end up with a Numemon. Which is funny because I'm going to want a Numemon after this Digimon. I'm going to be expressly aiming for a Numemon, at some point. I have to look up what rookie's easiest for Numemon without... So the easiest way to get Numemon is to tank your stats, right? But I don't want to do that. I want, you know, Numemon that doesn't completely suck ass. So there are other rookies where it's like, oh, their champions, like, really low or really high weight is, like, good for avoiding all of their champions. Once you get to a certain number of techniques, it becomes very difficult to dodge the bonus condition. I'm not anywhere near there yet, but, yeah, once you have, like, 30 techniques, a lot of times, like, well, bonus conditions ticked off, and you have to work pretty hard at not hitting, like, care mistakes and weight and stuff. Oh, here we go. Alright, be correct. You should be correct. You should not be getting anything else. This should be Digimon. Should be Raymond. There we go. I love Digimon as well. This boy. Oh, that's lucky. I believe that is like a 20% chance of getting tamer level when you digivolve a champion. Yep, that is indeed a 20% chance when you raise to champion level of getting a tamer level up. So that's good. You are guaranteed to get a tamer level up when you raise to ultimate. So I will be tamer level 3 once we get to ultimate here, which does, I will get 3% drop down for my next baby. Yeah. Here we go. Our chart's filling out a little bit. We got Digimon. He has 2 megas we can go to. If you know me, you know which one I'm going to. It's the one I love. Alright, so here's Digimon's stats. They, like, Beamon are air and then subtype fire. So we got... Oh, Static Elec is actually the base electric move. I guess we got Electric Cloud on Beamon because, like, it can't learn Static Elec. So that is the... If you've seen the MetalGreymon kind of attacking with their tail with a little bit of an electric effect, that's like the equivalent of Sonic Jab with electric effect. So that is your base hit you move. Also got stun on it. Kind of funny. So we got Spitfire, we got Heat Laser. We're not learning that. And we can learn every air move except... Except the very first one, which I think is the strongest one. Also probably the most annoying to get because of it. There's a few Digimon who use it. But yes, no, we can't learn this one. It's really strong though, but we can get... I believe this one is definitely, like, my favorite electric move. Wind Cutter's over here. Hurricane's here, not Spinning... I don't know, I always get them confused. And I'm confused Storm's here. But we will definitely try and get Wind Cutter on this one, and we're definitely gonna go for this move. This move is, like, just such a good move. It's such a good base move. It's not, like, the most powerful move in the game, but it is a very excellent base move. It's very fast, quite strong, and very hard to interrupt. So it is it's super cool. All right, here, Raymond. Let's go save. Next time we'll be doing a lot of training, but we're going to be doing a lot of fighting. So one of the bonus conditions for the ultimate I want is 30 plus battles. So yeah, we're going to be doing that for sure. Like I say, getting Wind Cutter will help with that. We can save Polly now. You can save quite a few Digimon on this cart for multiplayer. So yeah, you can go all. You can keep going down, by the way. You managed to a lot of Digimon. Nope, but I do want to save. Just the double save. Alright, more of this next Wednesday. We'll be raising Polly, Airdramon here, hopefully getting the ultimate. And then taking that ultimate to the end of the game. I have faith in Polly to beat the main game for us. We're back on Sunday with more Advance Wars 2 Reboot Camp. See you then, everybody. Bye-bye.